YouTube, what the crap's going on? Heir of Carthage here, back on Total War Attila. This is the legendary campaign, and we're going to continue where we left off. This is kind of funny. I'm just sitting here looking at the temperatures, so I overclocked my processor all the way up to 4.5. And right now I'm recording, playing Attila, and yeah, recording and playing Attila locally, which of course uses up some, and I think my max temp that I'm hitting right now is about 62 Celsius, so it's not bad, considering everything's all overclocked and everything. Water cooler does a very nice job. And I can run the water cooler on even a lower speed, and it tends to still work pretty good. And I've never even clocked the temps. I guess this does. So it looks like my 970 runs at about 67 Celsius, which is not super cool, but it's not bad. Since all the hot air from the processor is easily removed from the case, it ought to help it stay good. But yeah, anyway, works out nice. Does a good job with the heat load. I'll have a video out, of course, showing you all what that looks like. If you haven't seen it already, go and check for it. Looks like it's a hostile agent. Did something to us over here. Did they get rid of my spy? I don't know what. No. I think they just like caused some bad public order here or something is all they really did. I want to move up here, and I'm going to kind of move my army right up to this point, right outside of the attrition. And I'm going to set up a fortify. That way, if they try to get past me, they can't, because my area control on the fort controls all this, and then my city also controls it. The Huns came and sieged my city, which means that they're likely to try and get around me. If I attack the Huns, do I get all my reinforcements? I sure do. I get this army, my garrison army. Come on. I get my garrison army, and what a navy. Whatever, screw that. If my guys aren't fortified, can I not back them up? So let's decline the attack. There's a ton of horse archers there. Just a ton of horsemen in general. Good grief. I'm going to back off of this one just for a second because I want to see if I reinforce. It looks like all three of the Hun reinforcements get to come in, but I think because mine are fortified, reinforcement range plus 10. I mean, it says they should be able to reinforce me when I attack. Why does it not? I guess it's because of their position. Let's go into no stance. Trying to move forward without using more than 50% of my movement points. That way I can still fortify. It's still not letting them reinforce me, and it should. It's kind of weird. One of these should be that giant army. That's kind of irritating. I'm kind of wanting to kill all these Huns. I mean, they have 3 stacks. That's a ton of horsemen. They have heavy onager, all kinds of things. But, I mean, I've got... I don't know. I'm just going to stay fortified and block the Huns and see if they'll attack me at one or the other. My guys should be able to reinforce each other from one to the other. At least I would hope, but I guess maybe not. Let's see. I still have 2 armies down here, and I just don't know if I need it. It's possible we could end up needing this somewhere else. Let's move up, but I only want to use half the movement points once again so that we can fortify, and that way I can replenish. And I'm going to get down here and destroy Garama once and for all, or subjugate it once and for all. So I've got this other army over at Vienna. It's just these annoying Gepids that are probably going to try and get around me. And let's take a look at Britannia. Britannia is in the dead of winter now. These guys are going to take winter attrition. As much artillery as these guys have, they could be dangerous, but their garrison is very weak. They have a bunch of Cairo ballista, but I don't know. I mean, most of their infantry is not very good. And I've already got some medium siege towers to help out. If I bring my medium siege towers in, assuming that their onager don't destroy it, which they very well could. Yeah, I just don't know if 2 siege towers is enough. I'm going to continue the siege. That's not really what I want. Well, never mind. Sextus, his army is all ready to help us poke our head in here and double team these guys. Wonder how bad this... Well, there's stinking filthy rebels there. Never mind. Take Sextus back up. Don't want to get him in that tough position. I'll just siege around on them a little longer so that it hurts their walls. And someone did say that we have agents around here that can destroy walls, and I think you're right. But since the city's already besieged, I'm not sure if there's anything that they can do. Let's just go ahead and support Sextus's army again.
How can I assist you?
Got this spy over here, but there's... I'll just go mess with some of the Ebdani agents. This army is completed, but it is winter, and I don't know that there's any huge reason for me to sally out with this army. It's possible the Geats are going to try and make a run over here, but if I move, they'll probably move... Well, that army, I don't know. Let's just do this. Let's see if we can push these guys back. I had to move through a lot of snow.
Advance. At your command.
I think we can hunt these guys down. Let's go ahead and hunt them down and get this army back into a town. And then... That way that Geat army can't take out one of my small settlements on the next turn end. That's really the biggest reason why I did that. We should still have enough men here to defend against another Geat army. There we go. Yeah, so we'll get them in. The Geats can't take my walled city in one turn. Okay, and then we just set this stuff to repair. And we should be kind of slowly getting ready to recover things here. The Picts absolutely got hammered. With all of them dead, it makes me wonder whether or not I couldn't hit their capital. It's possible that I could have. I really don't like having to keep this army back over here in Vienna, but I don't trust the Swabians to actually take out the Quadians like they should. Okay, do we have a champion around here? We do. Let's take that champion and try... My champion can't assassinate. Really? My champion can't... Oh, he's sieged in. I was like, what? What a bunch of garbage.
How can I assist you?
Let's see. We've got him already good at assassinating. Gather intelligence. Exploit corruption. Scout ahead. Misdirect workforce. Let's just get him more cunning. And deceive foreign agent. Okay. Let's take this guy out of his stance and see if we can assassinate this Hun agent. We have a pretty good chance of taking him out. There we go. Don't want him spreading Tingrism or whatever else it is that he's going to be doing. Let's take out this Visigoth transport fleet that's too close to my coast. It's got to save the game after I make these moves, so...
Wipe them out!
Okay. They are going to get wiped out. Wow, they took a whole lot of my men down with them, which I think is kind of bullcrap, but... Oh well, that's what I get for using the auto-resolve. If I come into port, yeah, it speeds up my replenishment. It won't be that bad to get these guys replenished, though there's some more Visigoth fleets down here that we're going to need to be ready. I'm kind of thinking of actually sailing back down to Patchy Town. It'll take me a couple turns to get there, but we'll be in a better position to intercept those fleets. Okay. I think I'm just going to go ahead and end the turn here. And I was going to go ahead and move this priest to help settle down Britannia even faster. So if we have all of our priests up there, we'll be in good shape. We got some characters to take care of. Another Appius here. Different Appius. He's a governor. There we go. The priest has leveled up. Let's see. Encourage dissent. Compromise command. Distract a foreign agent. Preach doom. I don't know if any of these are going to be super worthwhile to me, but let's see. You got a general who has ranked up. I'm going to give him more replenishment.
How may I serve you?
And then here we've got a spy who has ranked up. Let's do the investigate corruption.
It is an honor to
And then it looks like this fleet has ranked up. I can give them extra campaign movement range and reduced upkeep cost. That'll be good. And I can't repair that because it's under siege. All right. Little less money now because all my stuff is trained back up. But after settling things down and building up some more economy in these new provinces, we should be in perfectly fine shape. Looks like the Caledonians are kind of trying to wander off. You better turn around and sail the other way, Visigoths. I said the other way. My navy should be able to get down and try and threaten that transport fleet, and I'll fight that one manually because it keeps giving their transport fleets way more kills than they deserve. Okay, there's a Hun stack up by Shall Not Pass. That's interesting. I'd like to see them try. Actually, I wouldn't, because Shall Not Pass would be a terrible place to defend against the Huns because it's the stupid Colosseum map. Let's see what the Huns do. They've got another priest. They're going to roll up here. But they did not attack. We can keep using our spy to kill their priest. And they have me sieged, and I can try and push them off the siege by bringing up a third army if I need to. And I may need to. Egypt is neither friend or foe, so I'm not really sure what they're up to. But if they land on my territory, I probably will kill them. Okay, so one of our legions needs a new commander. Let's pick this guy. So, natural causes, attrition, wavering loyalty from that same guy, assassination plot. If you assassinate, I will freaking kill all of you. So who is this? She's the target. This guy's trying to do the assassinating. I'm going to go ahead and prepare for it. Alright. There we go.
At your command.
So it is now spring, but there's still snow attrition we're going to suffer if we go up here to attack. Let's scout ahead with our agent to see if now is a good time to attack. They're going to have their full garrison strength, but it's mostly trash units. But if I have to march into the snow, that's not going to be any good. Definitely plan on taking out the Geats, but I'm thinking about moving up here so that the auto-resolve can favor me here. That way I don't have to fight this siege battle. I really don't feel like it. Yeah, that was fair enough. So now we will have gotten rid of the rebels, and I can send reinforcements up to Sextus. There are some more rebels in this province, but we can deal with them too.
Ready for orders.
I'm actually gonna
At your command.
thinking about taking Sextus and hitting these rebels on this turn since the Picts kind of temporarily distracted. They're gonna run off. The Picts may come down and try and take Eldon with Sextus away, but thinking I want to use Sextus to kill this army. They have a couple of...
We cannot do that.
No, but you can move, like, right here.
Is that all?
There we go.
Destroy them.
See if these rebels don't really pose any type of threat either, so gonna auto-resolve this just so I can get a little bit more done on this episode. My garrison got destroyed. Yeah, they were crappy troops anyway, so we're gonna take on warriors. There we go. So the rebels are gone. Both rebels, the ones that were in the process of rebelling, plus the others. There's another stack of rebels over here, though. I'm going to take Sextus back up here. This stack is in good shape to come try and force these rebels out. We'll have to try and catch them on the next turn. And then the Geats will turn around and get them as well. But I think this puts us in a decent position. We will see. Melee attack +3 for commanded force and extra campaign movement range. That's pretty sweet.
How can I assist you? They will soon.
Let's try and faction destroyed, Britain deceive, success, good.
My sword is yours.
Let's try and assassinate one of these Abdani agents too. I want them out of here.
I am with you.
Opportune failure. How great. Okay, Londinium's turning positive public order. Let's see whether or not we can take out North Africa.
At your command. Ready for orders.
I don't have any agents to scout ahead, so I'm just going to move up the road a bit. There is a small Garmontian army plus their garrison.
Besieging the settlement.
I'm going to go ahead and hold the siege on these guys, so I'm going to do some medium siege towers, continue the siege, and we'll see whether or not we're able to force these guys out. That is Maurians, so they are going to be friendlies. Thinking about having these guys head down to help out with the siege.
Is that all?
They're not quite in range to support, but we're close. We'll have some poor public order in this province, but we should be able to sort it out relatively soon. And what to do about the Huns? They've got all these stacks here.
Commander?
We have to get rid of them because they're just going to stay here, and eventually my town's going to take a lot of damage. Plus, I'm losing a little money.
For battle.
I would end up with like 8 units of crossbows.
Ready for orders. To victory!
Okay, let's see what all we get versus what they get. So I get my 2 armies, plus the garrison, some crappy fleet that I'm not worried about. And they get all 3 of these stacks, so let's see what's in their stacks. Argathosai warriors, 1 standard onager, and then 2 large onagers. Now, I mean, I have enough cavalry to deal with large onagers. I would even have 1 onager of my own. I have a ton of crossbows for dealing with horse archers. And then I've got some heavy infantry here that can tank up some damage to take on the Hun infantry. There's no, like, Ur warriors or anything for the Huns, which is definitely a plus. These Bosphoran infantry or Bosphoran warriors will be decent. Kind of think we need to fight this. So let's go ahead and do so. I'm going to control the large army. This is going to be an epically large battle. My biggest concern is just the sheer amount of cavalry the Huns are going to have on the field, so they're going to have a lot of mobility, a whole lot of mobility. I'm going to have a lot more defensive and offensive infantry power, and then my skirmishing is more damaging, whereas theirs will be more mobile. Let's go ahead and start the deployment. Boy, if anything was going to heat up my processor, this is going to do it. I'm gonna deploy on this big hill. I can deploy my infantry at the kind of up on this big hill. It'll make them a lot more deadly to cavalry. Got 5 of these guys. I'm gonna keep my cavalry nearby for protecting my archers. Keep my general right here on the backside of this hill, keep him safe. And I'm gonna go into mobile testudo just to protect against Hunnic missiles. Let's go ahead and start the battle. Hopefully it doesn't send my navy in first. Looks like they did. I can only control 40 units at a time, and the navy is, I could care less. I'm just gonna have them withdraw from the battle. What is this back here? Is that supposed to be like tents from the army or the hordes or something? Okay, you all just withdraw from the battle. All of you.
The enemy draws near.
And it looks like they sent in a bunch of my garrison units that don't include the crossbows that I wanted. That's kind of irritating. Really would have rather had the extra crossbows, but I can set up a pretty good defense up on this hill. I don't have my onager either because of what they've sent me here. But I do have a ton of infantry. And the Huns aren't going to have enough ammo to kill all of them, though I would have liked to have had more skirmish units. But at least we can protect our skirmish units at any rate. I can make a giant mobile noob box, basically. Okay, there, I got a couple more skirmish units in. The Huns should have gotten a reinforcing stack from somewhere too, but I haven't seen them. Did they not get the reinforcements? Did I just get that lucky or something? Okay, I'm just going to let it fast forward for a minute, get all my guys over there, and then let them rest. We're going to need all of our guys together. I don't see any more troops showing up with the Huns, and I have... Oh, I can't use the overview map, the tactical overview. Okay, there comes some more Huns. So they do have a reinforcing stack coming in from over there, probably. Let's see if any more of their units show up over here. Come on, could you be any slower? Let's try and put my men into selectable groups that kind of make sense. I'm going to put my spears close to my missiles. There we go. I want all of these more hardened infantry out front. Gonna put my missiles right in between. Just a little discouragement from these spears. And also they can act as a meat shield. I've only got my 4 cavalry still. And I'll put my more offensive units. I'm going to save their plumbata. And I've got both infantry. Okay, now the Huns are moving, unfortunately. I would have stayed on my hill had I known they were going to move, but... I don't know what the Huns are doing. They're all trying to outflank me. Like, all of them are running towards my flank right now. I'm going to run back to the hill. Yeah, I'm not going to let the Huns move all around me here, but they must be getting the reinforcing stacks because here comes some of their mercenary Agathersai warriors. Okay, let's just kind of keep fast forwarding for a minute. Kind of want some of these units. I'm going to make a completely mobile noob box. Well, as much as a noob box can be mobile. Palatina guards. Okay, I think the Huns are going to come forward. That would be perfectly fine with me. All these units in front can go into a defensive testudo. We can testudo here on the flanks. I'm going to turn all these guys around. Now, why would you do what you just did? Imbeciles. Alright. I put my generals inside here to keep them safe. And then my cavalry, just keep it behind the lines. Okay, so all the Hunnic horse archers are moving up. I'm going to take my missiles and put everybody into flaming. The Hunnic horse archers shouldn't have like the world's greatest range. All my guys are on fire at will. And even though I'm going to kill some of my own men, I'm going to let my archers just fire at will and start to kill a lot of Hun cavalry. My infantry should be able to deal with quite a bit of it. Like, let's target some of these here. Target those. Shoot them.
The enemy refuses to admit defeat. Their unit has rallied.
Just gonna have to keep a close eye on my crossbows, make sure they choose the...
The men have
Really? They broke through my men, just like that right here. Okay, I'm gonna have to run away with my crossbows. I'm gonna bum rush these Hunnic cavalry right here with... That's pretty irritating. Well, that's why we kept the second line. I'm gonna try and shoot the Hunnic warlord here. I'm gonna go ahead and target the Hunnic warlord, though I'm gonna bring up these infantry for reserves.
This is a shameful display.
Okay, the Hunnic cavalry over here is crushing me. The Hunnic warlord should be dying. The mercenary Agathersai warriors were the ones that destroyed me right there. Okay, let's see how things... I don't know what you're doing, but please get out of melee combat.
The men are running, cowards.
Okay, again, my guys like don't have a guard mode, unfortunately, because Attila's... That's just Attila. Okay, let's target those slingers there. Now we should be able to just take these reserve units and go help in the frontline fight. Dadgum, come on, man. My crossbows just keep moving forward because there's no guard mode. And look at this mercenary steppe lancer over here just killing like 3 infantry units. I want to keep all my cavalry in reserve for now.
The enemy general is fallen.
That's good news. I'm going to keep targeting horse archers. Let's get some of these broken down infantry units out of the way. Can't see my other units here. Okay, good. Reinforcing troops. Let's get these back here. You all target the Hun horse archers. Okay, elite Bellastari. Might need another round of reinforcements right here. The Hunnic infantry is defeating my extremely superior infantry somehow. Try and get after those Bosforum warriors. Actually, I remember right, those spearmen actually have some pretty high attack. Let's bring some cavalry around to hammer out these Huns. Let's pull some more infantry back to act as second line. Yeah, these Hunnic spearmen have better attack stats than I at first remembered.
Enemy units have rallied and returned to the battle.
Let's get some of these units back over here. I want some of these units back up here in the center to hold the line. Okay, the Hun horse archers should sort themselves out. Okay. Let's bring some of this cavalry around.
The men have thrown down their weapons and are fleeing.
I think that I'm actually just probably killing a lot of my own men with fire at will. I'm sitting here trying to figure out why so many of my men are dying, and kind of almost feel like that's the reason. These Bosporan warriors are killing me here in the center. We just routed a whole big bunch of Huns, but there's going to be more coming. That was actually kind of an ugly fight. We didn't really do well there. I don't even know what's out here. Let's see if we can clean up that blob real quick. I got a Cataphractari, but there's going to be multiple units of Huns coming in. Let's let my Cataphractari charge these. I mean, in all reality, my Cataphractari ought to murder these mounted tribespeople, but it is on legendary, so I mean, it should have just been instant death on the charge. It was one of my crossbows that had come out here to get itself killed. That's good. And now there's another Hun cavalry unit kind of marauding around in here. Okay, this battle is just an absolute cluster of crap. Let's get all my missile units back over here. Okay, kill those Hunnic horse archers. Kill these regrouped Hunnic horse archers. Hunnic horse archers are running away, so let's just go ahead and charge into the Germanic warband, which is actually going to kill us. Yeah, look at this. My Cataphractari should have destroyed these mounted warband on the charge, and they didn't. I'm going to target all my missile units in here. My infantry got savaged, probably mostly from my own crossbows. I'm going to keep one cavalry unit in reserve in case we have to have it. Okay, my Ballistari should be able. I'm kind of blobbing up over here, but just want to get these guys out of here. Okay, there's going to be Hun reinforcements coming. Let's kind of push all my infantry forward. It's going to be a big nasty blob, but whatever. Just get rid of these steppe levy. My cavalry are kind of just out here holding. Let's get them to safety real quick. No need to get all them killed. Infantry, missiles. Let's pin down those steppe spearmen and kill them. Okay, my cavalry got caught again. Okay, we should destroy that steppe tribesman because I charged it from the front and the back. I'm going to try and kill the Hunnic horse archers with my missiles. I'm going to kind of just focus a lot of infantry on some of these cavalry, even though it's going to be a little bit blobby. And I'll just focus the horse archers down with all my skirmishers. One of my generals almost got killed. May have gotten killed. Here comes some more reinforcements. Okay, where's my extra cavalry units? Over here. I'm going to need it on this side. Extra missile units. Okay, there's tons more Hun horse archers coming onto the battlefield. I've got all my infantry blobbed up over here, which is extremely stupid. But that's what I've done. Let's start firing all my missile units. Again, let's just keep some cavalry in reserve. These Scree warriors, whatever, fighting down to 3 men are absolutely redonkulous. I'm going to use my infantry, push forward, and turn on fire at will.
The men are broken and running for their lives.
Okay, my Ballistari should be pouring in flaming fire, but they're not doing a lot of shooting. And the Hunnic horse archers are just absolutely unloading on me at this point. This is going to be a massively ugly fight. Like, not one that I'm real proud of, but we're just going to get the job done here, and that's all that really matters. If I can just push the Huns out of my province, my troops can retrain.
Our forces have found their courage. Back to the fight.
Okay, just shoot these stupid Hunnic horsemen. Thank you. Okay. Got enough infantry to protect my archers from the front. Okay, all the Hunnic units are going to start wanting to rout. I've got more cavalry inbound. I did take a ton of losses, but killing 3 Hun stacks is still going to be worth it. I may not have entirely killed them, but I'm in a better position to retrain than they are. Let's go ahead and fast forward again. You filthy Huns coming or not? Might be able to just go use my cavalry to finish these guys off. Okay, got some of my cataphractari. I don't know what the Huns are lining up over here, but I'm thinking of just moving up just my missiles and my cavalry. They should be enough to get the job done. In fact, I'm thinking just elite ballistari because these... There we go. Oh, there's onager coming onto the battlefield. So that's what the Huns are waiting on. Well, just in case I need my infantry, I'll start pulling it up. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm going to use my bows to kind of just draw their fire, because these Sagittari are just throwaway units. Okay, they're going to charge me with these stupid Hunnic horse archers, but they should die. Okay. Yeah, let's bring my cav up to protect my infantry or my crossbows. Okay, pull those guys back. Let's get my cataphractari in the center. And my melee cavalry out to the flanks. These guys are just Sagittarius. I don't care if they get caught. The rest of you, I do care if you get caught. Let's get out of here already.
Our men have given up and are running for their lives.
Okay. I'm going to catch those steppe warriors. I actually have to give my guys a run order here. Take out the steppe warriors. Okay. And then these 2 cavalry can go ahead and start getting ready to go get the onagers. Their infantry is going to get crushed by my cataphractari. At least my cataphractari can do something here. So it didn't feel like they could do a whole lot else, but against just axemen, it ought to be a pretty sound victory. Okay. Now we just should be able to go mop up the Hun onagers, I think. I don't see any other troops that they're fielding. This was an absolutely ugly battle, and the only reason I wanted it is just because my troops were of better quality than the Hun troops. Okay, the Ur archers are going to die. And now they're onager are routing as well. I'm going to try and run down at least one of their onager crews. I think the others are going to get off the battlefield. But perhaps I can kill this one. Yeah, I think we can kill one heavy onager crew. That's better than nothing. Unfortunately, those onager crew routed before I could get to him, but like I said, this is better than nothing. If there's an open slot in my army, we may potentially capture this heavy onager, which would be nice. Okay, you can actually kill them now if you want. Okay, I'm going to end the battle. So that's going to be it for this episode. Hope you all enjoyed it. It was an ugly battle. I mean, we lost almost as many men as the Huns, but them losing 4,000 is a big deal. They have a lot of horsemen, and so that's still a ton of men. And I will probably lose some units, but I can retrain pretty easy, and I can also recruit pretty easy here. So I lost a couple of cavalry units there, nothing in this army, and it looks like nothing else. So I'd say that that was pretty good, and we could take on warriors to have up to 14% of our men replenished, which this is going to leave the Huns in a very bad place. So much so that I think they'll be forced to retreat. 2 of them are out of our province entirely. If we destroy that one and then push that one out of our province, our men can actually retrain, which is really what we need. So I'm going to use... Both these armies are a little bit beat up. Do we have enough men to force that one back? Yes. Okay, so now those guys are out. So, like I said, basically we just got to get all the Huns out of my province in order to retrain, which is still not yet. Let's see if we can catch and destroy this small stack here. Okay. Hopefully I didn't lose any units. I did not. Alright, so now my men can actually retrain. So this will be a win. So again, wasn't pretty. At this point, does not matter. All I can do is try and get back close enough to have these 2 armies support each other. So that's all I can do is just put them in support range of each other. I'd like to put them in the city, but I need them to support each other so one doesn't get attacked and not have the support of the other. HeirofCarthage signing out for now. I'll see you all in the next episode.